How's it going, peeps? Welcome back to Viva La Coin. I am Viva, and today is a special video just breaking down a catalyst proposal for not only a partner of ours over in Pneumonium and someone I've worked with personally on my own charity work in Hawaiian Helpers, but also someone that poses a couple solutions to problems that we have here on Cardano, and that is Ada Anvil and their catalyst proposal where voting starts tomorrow, Monday, September 5th. Now, when I break down exactly what is in this proposal, I would advise anyone to go and read it for yourself, as they've made adjustments since their previous post, which was at the end of June on the 30th of this year. Now, I will be posting myself and a couple other Twitters down in the comments or in that section below so that you can follow along with us, learn how to vote, learn where to find the updated proposal for Catalyst. But ideally, I wanted to consolidate everything just into about a 3 to 5 minute video here so that you understand some of the things that Ada Anvil is bringing to the table and wants to solve for the broader community. Now, ultimately, I wanted to start out by just speaking to the first issue, which is a little bit more tangible of a concept, and that is in dealing with the rug pulls that we've seen from various CNFT projects. And every now and then you wind up seeing a protocol have an issue too whenever it comes to people disappearing with funds or not really following through on the promises that they've made. So one of the major adjustments that Ada Anvil put together from their previous submission of the proposal is also built into that concept, problem number one that they aim to solve. And that is to avoid those rug pulls by putting in place a way that businesses, including Web 2 businesses that are interested in working with these projects, can create a way to delegate the authority of signing on major transactions or movements within those shared treasuries by a nominated group of individuals as opposed to just a team or someone that holds the keys. Now, that might seem simple in concept, but the fact that we still see these rugs happening over and over, their business vault plugin to create these multi-sig wallets to allow projects to delegate that out to a series of individuals is going to be something that's sorely needed in this space, and also will be addressed throughout the functionality on the back end if they receive this funding from the proposal. Now, ultimately, the second one and the initial reason why they submitted this proposal was for the ability to create a fiat on-ramp for existing Cardano wallets. Now, we know that centralized exchanges such as Coinbase or Binance, you have the ability to purchase Cardano, and then you have to go through additional steps to shift it over to wallets like Nami or Yoroi or Typhon or Eternal. In this case, it creates a hurdle for anyone that might want to participate within this ecosystem. And what I mean by that is right now, if I went to MetaMask and I just wanted to buy Ethereum to maybe go buy an NFT or purchase something elsewhere, and okay, it loaded. So there's a buy function. I can just log in and purchase Ethereum within my MetaMask, and that wallet interfaces directly with, let's say, an NFT platform such as OpenSea. If I'm a new user, very unfamiliar with blockchain, it makes the ability to interface with our ecosystem and our marketplaces much more accessible than if I had to create a wallet or create a profile on a centralized exchange and then go through a series of steps to then transfer that Cardano over to another wallet such as, let's say, Nami. If I were to pull up Nami, let's say as a new user, and I just made this wallet, I cannot find a buy function where I can purchase Cardano directly through Nami or any of these other wallets. And that creates a hurdle for a lot of users or people that want to come in and interface. Now, it's loading a little bit slow, so forgive my terrible Wi-Fi. I'm in the back corner office of my house currently, but there is no buy function here like you would see on some other ecosystem wallets. Now, what Ada Anvil would like to do is to take the funding from Catalyst, which overall, to solve both problems, comes out to be $365,000 in total. And that includes development fees, legal fees, infrastructure, paying the team that consists of 6 very experienced developers that have worked on multiple projects prior to Ada Anvil, and they all came together to create that development and minting service that we have all worked with, at least in my sphere of CNFT and Cardano, several times. They have consistently been pushing the bar in what they've been able to do. That includes even working with the charity that I set up, being the first DApp that was accessible within Eternal to be able to use multi-sig mobile minting. And that was big. On top of that, they also helped complete that charity. We've worked with them in Ammonium, and we've taken advantage of their new staking protocol, which helps you be able to stake assets and to earn various things without putting your assets at risk. Ada Anvil, by definition, their definition, has stated multiple times that security and functionality, and now hopefully accessibility, are the biggest focuses for them as creators, as developers. And with this proposal, and when this vote goes live, I'm hoping that speaking to it a little bit to give a gauge on how important this is for our ecosystem, we can all come together and press this forward, both through votes and through interest, to be able to fund this project to create some of these things. I'm one that looks at a lot of data and statistics, but even one that Ada Anvil shared, 88% of people, if they go to a interface or a website to buy something and the user interface is difficult to use or it's cumbersome, they're less likely to engage within that platform as opposed to a competitor or something else. And then 3/4 of individuals that have to use technology in general, if it's difficult to use, they will use something else. Even if they're not buying something, just interfacing with it. So if we can solve some of these problems and make a much broader net cast to people that are looking to onboard into the functional side of Cardano, I do believe that it will have a massive impact on the ecosystem, accessibility to our infrastructure here in Cardano, as well as to be able to make it easier, even for those that are familiar with the wallets, to be able to fund it as they can without having to jump through hoops, centralized exchanges, oftentimes KYC issues, or other things that might pose an obstacle. Now, of course, on the back end, they will be doing all legal work and all parameter checks to make sure that everything that they do is in line with what we need in order to serve our ecosystem ethically and transparently. But this was a breakdown of what they're working on. And as this proposal was shared and voting goes live tomorrow and for the weeks to come, follow the Twitter handles below, as well as any information posted, and feel free to ask questions or to reach out to their team or us, just to make sure that you have a sound understanding of how the voting process works and a clear understanding of what is in the proposal, because it's a lot more in-depth and complicated than what I broke down just over the past couple minutes. Aside from that, thank you for listening so much. I'm pulling for Ada Anvil. I think that this is a massive benefit to our ecosystem and to all involved, both on the back-end processes and on the front end, working hard to make sure that we have the ability to press this space forward. I just want to extend my greatest gratitude and thanks to you, and I'm wishing you the best. Aside from that, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you guys next time.